Hello friends. In the next few minutes I'm going to show you exactly how this scam works from start to finish. What the SSA is officially warning people about right now. The specific phrases scammers use that sound completely legitimate. And the one rule that protects you from this no matter how convincing the call seems. I will also tell you what to do if you or someone you know has already received one of these calls. Because the right response in the first few minutes can make a significant difference in what happens next. Phone scams targeting Social Security recipients are not new, but what is happening in 2026 is different in a way that matters. The technology scammers are using has advanced to the point where the traditional advice, check the caller ID before you answer, no longer protects you. The SSA has issued formal warnings this year, specifically because the old rules have changed, and the people being caught off guard are not careless. They are people who thought they were doing everything right. Today I am going to make sure you have the full picture. What this scam looks like, how it works, and exactly what to do. For most of our lives, caller ID has been a reasonable filter. If a number looks unfamiliar or suspicious, you do not answer. If it looks like someone you know or an organization you recognize, you pick up. That logic made sense when the number on your screen actually reflected who was calling. It no longer does. There is a technology called caller ID spoofing. It allows anyone with access to widely available software to make any phone number appear on your screen when they call, regardless of where they are actually calling from. They do not need to own that number. They do not need any connection to the organization it belongs to. They simply enter the number they want to display and place the call. Your phone shows whatever they entered. Scammers in 2026 are using this technology to display the Social Security Administration's official phone number, 1-800-772-1213, when they call their targets. That is the number printed on SSA.gov. That is the number on the back of your Medicare card. That is the number people have been told to call if they need help with their benefits. When it appears on your caller ID, there is no visual reason to be suspicious. It looks exactly like a legitimate call from the SSA. The Social Security Administration has confirmed this. Their Office of the Inspector General issued an official fraud alert in 2026 specifically about number spoofing. The alert states clearly that the SSA will never call you to threaten your benefits, demand immediate payment, or ask for personal information over the phone. If you receive a call that appears to come from the SSA, and the caller is doing any of those things, the call is fraudulent, regardless of what number your screen is showing. Understanding the full sequence of this scam is important, because it is carefully designed to override your instincts at every step. Each stage of the call is constructed to make the next stage feel necessary and urgent. The call begins with a spoofed number that looks legitimate. You answer. The person on the line identifies themselves as an SSA representative or a federal law enforcement officer working with the SSA. They may give you a badge number, a case number, or a full name. These details are fabricated, but they sound specific and official. Specific details create credibility. That is exactly why they are there. The caller then delivers what sounds like alarming news. Your Social Security number has been linked to criminal activity. It may be suspended. Your bank account is at risk of being frozen. A warrant has been issued in your name. An investigation is underway, and your cooperation is required immediately. The language varies, but the goal is consistent: to create a sense of crisis that makes you feel there is no time to stop and think. At this point, many people feel a combination of fear, confusion, and a genuine desire to do the right thing. The scammer is counting on exactly that. The next instruction follows quickly. To protect your funds, you are told to withdraw cash from your bank and deposit it into a Bitcoin ATM or cryptocurrency kiosk. Or you are told to purchase gift cards, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, and read the numbers on the back over the phone. Or you are directed to wire money to a secure government account. Sometimes you are told to download a remote access application on your phone or computer so a technician can verify your identity and secure your account. Every one of these requests is a method of moving money in a way that cannot be reversed or recovered. Cash deposited into a cryptocurrency ATM is gone the moment the transaction completes. Gift card numbers read over the phone are redeemed within minutes. Wire transfers to fraudulent accounts are nearly impossible to claw back. And remote access software gives the scammer direct control over your device and everything on it. Your banking apps, your email, your personal files. The Social Security Administration does not ask for any of these things. Not ever. Not under any circumstances. not for any reason. If a caller identifying themselves as SSA asks you to do any of them, the call is a scam. End it immediately. One of the most useful things you can know going into this is what the scammers actually say, because hearing these phrases in real time and recognizing them for what they are is what gives you the ability to act on the right instinct rather than the manufactured one. These are the phrases the SSA and its Office of the Inspector General have specifically flagged as red flags in 2026. Your Social Security number has been suspended. The SSA cannot suspend a Social Security number. This is not a real action the agency can take. If someone says this to you, the call is fraudulent. There is a warrant out for your arrest. The SSA does not issue arrest warrants. Law enforcement does not call ahead to warn you about warrants. If someone claiming to be federal law enforcement calls to tell you a warrant exists, they are lying. You need to act right now or your account will be frozen. Urgency is a tool. Creating panic is a technique. The real SSA does not threaten immediate consequences in phone calls. They communicate through official letters sent by mail. To protect your money, transfer it to a safe account. There is no such thing as a government safe account. No legitimate agency asks you to move your money anywhere. This phrase, in any variation, is a scam. Do not tell anyone about this call. This instruction exists for one reason. The scammer knows that if you tell a family member, a friend, or a bank employee what is happening, they will recognize it as fraud and stop you. Secrecy is how the scam survives. The moment someone tells you to keep a government call private, the call is not from the government. Please stay on the line while you go to the bank. Scammers use this technique to prevent you from speaking to anyone who might interrupt the process. A real government agency does not escort you to your bank over the phone. Write these phrases down. Share them with someone you care about. Because the moment one of them appears in a phone call, the right move is clear. Hang up. Everything I have covered so far is important context, but I want to give you something even simpler. One rule that protects you from this scam regardless of how convincing the call is, regardless of what number appears on your screen, and regardless of what the caller says. The rule is this: the real Social Security Administration does not call you to demand action, threaten consequences, or ask for personal or financial information over the phone. That is it. That is the whole rule. The SSA communicates through the mail. If there is a genuine issue with your Social Security account or your benefits, you will receive an official letter at your address on file. That letter will include contact information and a reference number. You can call the SSA back at 1-800-772-1213, dialing it yourself, not pressing a callback number a caller gave you, and verify whether the correspondence is legitimate. If you receive a call claiming to be from the SSA and the caller wants anything from you, information, money, access to your phone or computer, hang up. You do not need to be polite about it. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not owe the caller a conversation. Hang up and call the real SSA directly. If you want to confirm whether there is any actual issue with your account, there almost certainly is not, but the call itself gives you peace of mind. If you received one of these calls and you gave the caller personal information, your Social Security number, your bank account details, your Medicare number, or if you sent money in any form, the steps you take in the next few hours matter significantly. The first call to make is to your bank. Tell them what happened and ask them to flag your account, reverse any transactions if possible, and place a fraud alert on your account. Banks have fraud departments that handle exactly these situations. The sooner you call, the more options they have. The second step is to place a fraud alert on your credit file. You can do this by contacting any one of the 3 major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion. When a fraud alert is on file, any lender who receives an application in your name is required to take extra steps to verify your identity before extending credit. This protects you from someone using your information to open new accounts. The third step is to report the call to the SSA's Office of the Inspector General. You can do this at oig.ssa.gov or by calling 1-800-269-0271. Reporting the call contributes to the OIG's tracking of these scams and helps them identify patterns that lead to enforcement action. If you downloaded any software at a caller's request, stop using your device immediately and contact a trusted technology professional to have it examined and cleaned. Remote access software gives scammers ongoing access to everything on your device, even after the call ends. Do not assume the threat ended when you hung up. And if you are concerned about your Social Security account specifically, you can create or log into your My Social Security account, SSA.gov, and review your benefit information, your earnings record, and any recent activity. If something looks wrong, contact the SSA directly at 1-800-772-1213. Let us bring it all together. Scammers in 2026 are using caller ID spoofing technology to make the SSA's official phone number, 1-800-772-1213, appear on your screen when they call. The number on your caller ID is no longer a reliable indicator of who is actually calling. The scam follows a consistent pattern: a spoofed number, an official-sounding caller, an alarming claim about your Social Security number or bank account, urgent instructions to move money or provide personal information. Every step is designed to prevent you from stopping to think. The phrases to watch for are: your Social Security number has been suspended. There is a warrant for your arrest. Move your money to a safe account. Do not tell anyone about this call, and stay on the line while you go to the bank. Any one of these phrases ends the conversation. Hang up. The one rule that protects you in every situation. The real SSA does not call to demand action, threaten consequences, or ask for money or personal information over the phone. They send letters. If you are ever unsure, hang up and call 1-800-772-1213 yourself. If you already received this call and provided information or sent money, call your bank immediately. Place a fraud alert with the credit bureaus and report the incident to the SSA's Office of the Inspector General at oig.ssa.gov. If this video gave you something useful, please subscribe and turn on the bell. Scams targeting Social Security recipients are evolving faster than most people realize, and the ones that do the most damage are the ones nobody saw coming. What I do on this channel is track these threats and bring them to you in plain language before they reach your door. Subscribe so you always find out in time, and please share this video with someone you care about, a parent, a neighbor, a friend who is on Social Security. You may not be able to be there when the phone rings, but you can make sure they know exactly what to do when it does. I will see you in the next one.